Have you tried Google Ads in the past, or maybe you've got a Google My Business and it just doesn't bring in any leads or sales? And you're worried it's all a bit of a waste of time, there's no conversions coming in, and it's all a bit confusing, a bit like this Rubik's Cube where there's just so many combinations. How do you know what to do? Well, I'm going to give you some compelling reasons why it's well worth looking into Google Ads and Google My Business and the combination together. And in this video, I'm going to reveal a strategy that I use to make sure that I use Google Ads at the right time so I don't waste money. And these Google tools combined together can propel your business, and it's a lot simpler than you think. Let's go straight into tip number one, the Google Power Duo. Let's just be clear what these marketing tools are first of all. So let's take the first one, Google My Business. Well, if you're on this channel, you'll know what that is. We often refer to it now as Google Business Profile, because it had a name change recently, but it helps you get found locally when people are searching for your type of business. It particularly works well with Google Maps these days. Google Ads is just paid for advertising. You pay for your clicks or you'll pay for a lead, and you can choose the area it covers, the type of business, the type of keywords. Basically, you choose where your audience is and how they find you, and then you just pay for the results of that. But it also expands Google's vast network of search results, YouTube, Google Maps, and you can tailor it according to the location that you want. But imagine if you could harness the power of both those together and to do it on a budget. For those of you who've been watching my videos for a while now, and you know who you are, you'll know that I teach that there's a huge advantage when you suddenly realize Google's changing direction. Now, did you notice what Google recently changed? Well, they've been changing direction when it comes to Google Ads and combining it with Google Business Profile. And if you can work out which way Google's now guiding the ship for the future, it often comes with great rewards. So let me show you, as you can see here. Just notice how Google's promoting these together. And more than ever, Google wants you to combine your Google Business Profile, your Google My Business, with Google Ads. Look at the clues here. Look at the icons. Look what happens when you open it up. And the bits from Google My Business included there, and the combination with ads as well. So Google is definitely moving Google My Business and Google Ads closer and closer together. And this is why you need to understand that Google My Business and Google Ads make the ultimate duo. So that's my tip number one, is just recognize that the integration of Google Ads and Google Business are getting closer and closer. That's the way Google's going. Before we come on to tip number two, I asked the community what you thought. Did you think that was the case? And look at the results of this survey. So over 200 of you voted, and clearly you said that Google Ads versus Google My Business, well, it was obvious that 64% of you agreed that they actually work best together. Now I'm going to show you a few more things as to what you can do as they work together in a moment. But first of all, tip number two, and I call this Google Ads Beware, because you can lose a lot of money using Google Ads if you're not careful. There's a time to use Google Ads and a time not to. Now I've got a 5-step process I use with my clients, and that decides at what point Google Ads come in, if at all. And that then saves a lot of money, and it also means that you're going to be most effective with your budget. And also means that Google Ads then work for your business when they need to work for your business. I mean, don't forget, Google Ads is a bidding war. So if you go in with the idea that you'll pay anything for a click and you get a competitor with the same idea, you've got this eBay situation where you're bidding each other up without even knowing. I've seen big companies spend thousands on ads, but they stop monitoring it, and over time they're just losing money. They're just putting money in Google's pocket. Now, if you've used Google Ads in the past, it was quite complicated. So my advice would be to try and forget what you know in the past. And there is something that can help you actually. So Google, fortunately now, offer a free one-to-one session for new customers to take advantage of. So I would definitely say, if you're not familiar with Google Ads in recent times, then you need to take Google up on that offer. So on to tip number three. This I call my 5-step strategy. And this is a really useful strategy to use because it's going to save you money. Integrating Google My Business and Google Ads together is the real magic potion, because this combination can supercharge your local business. And it means that your advertising efforts can really bring in the benefits that you've been looking for. And the best way to start is just make sure you sign in with the right Google profile. So the one that you use on your Google Business Profile or Google My Business, use that also on Google Ads. And if you've got the same login details on both, then you'll find it'll be seamless. So what's this 5-step process? Follow this order. This is what I do with my clients. Number one, optimize your Google business first. So don't waste time with Google Ads. get your Google business profile optimized as best as you can. So this is free traffic, there's no budget, and it may well give you enough sales and enough leads for you not to even worry about Google Ads. So you'll know whether or not this is going to work within a few months. So get this set up first of all. There are 149 ranking factors you need to be familiar with if you really want to optimize it, but I'll come on to that a bit later in this video. Then the next step, number 2, to ask the question, does your Google business profile, does it bring in enough leads? So if you're happy with step number 1, great, then just stay on step number 1 and then keep optimizing your Google business profile. And that's it, you don't need to worry about Google Ads. But if it's not bringing in enough leads yet, then after a few months, I would then say go on to step number 3. What's step number 3? Well, of course, this is research. So it's not just go straight into Google Ads, but now research and look at your competition. Are they using Google Ads? Is Google Ads working for them? If so, you can learn from that. You can do research by finding out and identify what businesses locally are using Google Ads. You can use tools for that as well. And what you're trying to do is establish, is your business suitable for Google Ads? And you could try running a small campaign just to get a flavour and see whether that would work for you. So are people already paying for ads related to your products and services? Then you need to go on to step 4, if that is the case, if it's a yes. If it's a no, you may need to just go back to step 1 and continue to build your business profile, optimize it again, try another month and repeat that. So we're now on to number 4, which is now where we're going to set a clear goal for our business using Google Ads. So you need to decide, is it going to be down to the calls? Is it down to leads? Is it down to visits to the website? Is it views to your videos? You need to work out really what your campaign is going to try and achieve. And Google Business and Google Ads, they help you to try and do that. There's ways of measuring the success and the return on investment. And also on top of that, you need to then set yourself a ROI budget. So you need to say, right, £100 a month or £50 a month or whatever budget it is you want to use, and then see whether you get a return on that. And it can take a month or so before you can see whether that's giving you a return on investment. Now there is another one you may have heard of. Instead of ROI, return on investment, you may have heard of ROAS, which is your return on ad spend. And you can check that as well. Google Analytics 4 gives you the ability to monitor your Google Ads, and together with that you can then see whether your customers are clicking your ads. You can improve your customer experience and make sure that as they go to your website you can increase their conversions. So this is a whole marketing area that we'll take another video to go into detail on, and you need to run that for probably a few months to get a clear identity as to whether that's a good investment for your business. And then step number 5 then, this is a bit of a bonus really, it's often missed, but check how the ads are impacting your Google business profile. And this is where it's going to really save you some money. Because if you run ads for a few months now, you'll find that it's giving the right signals to your Google business profile. You'll find that other customers are finding you. Maybe even your rankings have gone up in the Google search engine, on Google Maps. Why? Because those click-throughs, people asking for directions, people wondering about your services, people visiting your website, is building your authority and your trust. And by building authority and trust, Google ranks you higher. So you may find that 2 or 3 months of spending Google Ads has now given your Google business profile the kickstart it needed, and now it's ranking really well. So you may find there's a point where you need to pull your ads, forget spending money, and now you'll start to get your free customers and clients and calls coming through Google Business Profile. And this is why this channel is always about, if you can, optimize your Google Business Profile first. Google Ads is a great way of bump starting it if you want to get some clients through the door. So those 5 steps hopefully will prove really useful for you in the coming months ahead. And that leads me into tip number 4, which is local dominance is free. It's there to take advantage of. So we can shift our focus back to Google Business Profile. So if you've got a clear optimization strategy, if you take time out each week to just optimize your business, maybe just put into practice some of the things we speak of on this channel, you'll see over time you'll get a gradual growth in your business, and that will be through your Google business profile. So if you're in the top 3 on Google Maps without spending any money at all, you could be getting constant traffic, constant calls coming through, visits to the website, asking for directions, people coming through the door of your shop or your business. And the best part is it's free, and it will continue to do that for you while you continue to optimize it. Unraveling the complexity of a Google business profile with those 149 ranking factors can be as difficult as maybe solving this. It just feels almost impossible. But when you think how complicated this is, you need to unravel it with a system. And that's what I did on this video here. I unraveled it with a system of how your Google business profile and those 149 factors can be quite easy to solve once you know what system to use. So head over to this video and I'll try and solve this. Have you got a screwdriver?